Hello everyone and welcome to the Halo 3, I completely got derailed, Halo 3 Sunday TRS stage action for 2023. So the way we're doing the TRS championship is we're still doing like a multi-week TRS championship, but we're spreading it throughout the Sunday nights. So, and there's a few different series that are like that on the Sundays, so yeah, it'll all contribute. Well, the nights will be their own things. Like the Halo 3 TRS night is like still its own thing, its own overall event. But it'll all contribute towards that TRS championship. We have this Halo 3 night, and then a few months from now we have a couple Reach nights, and then we have like a few Halo 4 nights. A few months after that, and then we have a couple H2A nights. So I want to say it's 7, 8. I want to say it's 8 weeks spread throughout the year, spread throughout the different games, and it'll be a pretty similar length. Probably a few. Yeah, not as many races as we had in Season 6, but it'll still be quite a few races. It'll still be a pretty nice championship. It'll still have a lot of good variety. And, yeah, I mean, if anything, we'll just cut out, like, the bad tracks. So it honestly might be better of a schedule. All right, so kicking off the night, I'm not going to lie. I have to check the schedule. I forgot the name of this track. Achromic. I knew it was one of the two. I always get the two snow ones confused. Start off with the Achromic. It's going to be 21 laps. We saw this track in the TRS Grand Finals where we had a pretty crazy race between Detail and Luke that went down to the last lap, I want to say, on this one for that TRS Grand Finals. And it was also a pretty crazy moment in the TRS Grand Finals because it was like the halfway point. I want to say this was like the turning of the halfway point in that Grand Finals. So, and it was a pretty great race then. We're hoping it's a pretty great race now. Let's take a look at the starting order. It's going to be Detail. Well, they're going to get lined up. It's going to be Detail, Koop, Luke, and we're going right to left. Armada, Solange, Matt, and Vulcan, and then Sol and Camby in the back. And we do a timed start on Halo 3, so I'm not sure exactly what the time is, but it's going to be coming up soon. We're going to be starting this race again. It's going to be 21 laps, 9 drivers going for this Halo 3 TRS night, and this is one that I think people want to show up to because it's the only, it's the only of 2 times that we're going to be racing Halo 3 as planned right now throughout the year. Green flag. Koop with a great start on that one. Oh, Solange gets... Wow! Luke gets launched. Solange gets cheesed. Camby and Detail go down. Already on the first lap. Okay, Koop as well. Man, he had the lead too. I think he got hit with the cone cheese on the first lap, and already too much cheese to follow. Just on the first lap down. Vulcan leads the first lap. The Halo 3 TRS night. Oh, Solange and Detail get cheesed so hard. Not sure what happened there. I think Solange getting hit with some heavy lag, and man, that's going to be a rough start for 2 guys that we think would be pretty solid on this night. Wow. Sol with an aggressive move on Vulcan there. Not able to complete it. Big collision there. And it hurts Solange even more. Vulcan gets cheesed pretty hard. He's going to lose several spots. Yeah, Solange going down heavy again. Oh, man, Detail involved in the end of it as well. Sol leading that second lap down. Armada, second place. Camby and Luke in a battle for third right now. We'll try to keep track of how many times people get lapped. Try our best to keep track of that. And also the Halo 3 checkpoints are kind of weird. So that's another thing that kind of is sad about racing on Halo 3 is you have these weird... Oh, that was a rough one there for Koop. Yeah, the checkpoint thing, I wish we could do away with it. Maybe when we race Halo 3 in the Grand Finals, we will do away with it and just do the timed. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it because, one, it seems to just randomly give you 2 checkpoints. Or if you, like, wreck through it, it'll give you 2 checkpoints. Or sometimes you don't even get a checkpoint. I had it happen multiple times tonight where I don't even get a checkpoint. And then on top of that, it also kind of, like, messes up the flow of the track a little bit. Like, I think it'd be kind of more fun to... Oh, rough one. Can be getting the end of that. Yeah, I think it'd be more fun, like, the flow of these tracks without it. So we still have it for this night, but... And it's a long way in the future. It's going to be December, as planned now. So this is going to be one of the longest spanning seasons, if you want to look at it that way. Technically starting in April, and we're going to be ending the Grand Finals in December. Just not racing every week. Wow, that Solange is still getting cheese. That's unbelievable. Sol leading him down still. So yeah, we have time to think about it, but low-key, I kind of want to get rid of it, not going to lie. I kind of want to get rid of it and just do timed. Timed can get a little confusing, but, I mean, the laps are so unreliable that I don't think it's more confusing. That's another thing, too. It's so unreliable, I don't think the laps are any more helpful for, you know, what lap people are on, because I feel like I was just as confused tonight. And also, like, keeping track of time is not that hard. Keeping track of who's in the lead and who's a lap, it's not that hard. Especially with how short these races are. Slaunch completely lagging out at this point. Oh, and then he pulls back out in front of Vulcan. Man, that sucks. Slaunch is getting hit with the hard lag cheese. Camby and Detail battling there. I want to say... So we basically just went collision cam for a few laps. Let's get back on board with the battle. I want to say Armada is actually leading us down right now. I think Soul got hit with some collisions. I believe we're on board with Luke and I want to say third here. So Soul and Luke battling. Koop is on the verge of going a lap down. I think the first person being, going a lap down. Let's just go on board. Watch Luke try to catch up to Soul here. So yeah, this is the top 3 battle. Armada in front of us right there on the right. Soul and then Luke, this is top 3. Battling it out onto Chromic. Armada going for the blue flag on Koop right now. And maybe some collision cheese goes under Detail. Makes it work there. Now Soul and Luke are going to have to try to work their way by Koop's. Oh, but they have a 3 wide here for a moment. And Luke keeps the momentum. Oh, they make it through. And big momentum coming out for him here. Now potentially a challenge with Armada too. Oh, they go over Detail. Gets a little squirrely. Luke to the inside and going to take the lead on this. But Armada fights back to the outside, but Slaunch gets his connection back at a poor time. So they're going to get by him. Luke and Armada side by side. Oh, and a 3 wide. Oh, and Slaunch gets hit with the lag cheese out of it, man. That's unfortunate. Oh, it got so tight through there as well. Soul goes down. Armada is going to get away with this second place for now. And then it was Slaunch and Koop, the lappers, that passed him back. So Detail's 4th on track right now. Can be 5th. Oh, wow. Soul went wide. He destroyed that barrier as well. Slaunch trying to pass Armada a lap down here. Or maybe multiple laps down. This is not what Armada wants to see. Let's see how he deals with this. Oh! That's going to be really rough for Camby. Not too bad for Armada, I would say. He actually kind of got away pretty well with that one. But, yeah, it's a rough one for Camby there. Going to hurt him. Trying to fight for that top 5 spot. Oh, they go over Luke. That's Detail trying to put a couple drivers lap down, trying to catch back up to Armada. I think Detail's competing. This might be close. This is our 3rd place podium battle on track right now. And that's the collision. They're looking fine with it right now. This might be close. Oh, Detail tried to go for the sickest dodge of 2023, but it was close, but not able to pull it off. Almost made it work right there. That's going to get by Koop again for another lap. That's going to set him back a bit. So we're like halfway through this race at the moment. A little over halfway. There's Luke in 1st. There is Armada in 2nd. Where is our 3rd place? There is Soul in 3rd. There's Detail 4th. There is Camby 5th. Or maybe even battling for it with Vulcan low-key. I think he is. So a little over halfway. And that's what we're looking at right now. Not too many on-track position battles that are too close. We're going to keep eyes on these collisions. That was a close one with Soul and Luke. Slowed them down a little bit, but it wasn't really too bad. It didn't seem like they got affected too much. Yeah, Soul was Slaunch behind. Doesn't really have to worry about him. So not too bad there. Yeah, at this point, most of the positions seem pretty separated. Seems like, Vulcan. Well, that's going to... I think him and Camby were actually battling, but that's going to settle that one. That hurt Vulcan a ton. But yeah, I think we're looking for the collisions at this point. It seems like most of these spots have been settled. There's a decent gap. There are ways to make time. It looks like Soul might be gaining on Armada, but There's still a long ways for him to go. Probably still going to need some collision assistance there. Yeah, Slaunch is way ahead on the... Yeah, the checkpoint cheese is... The checkpoint cheese is chalked. I think we're... I want to say we're at 6 to go! Vulcan! Oh! A little bit of contact for the lead there. Soul and Luke made contact in the collision, but it wasn't too bad for them. In fact, Soul is still gaining on Armada through it. Oh! Armada has to deal with Vulcan a lap down, and Vulcan's forcing him wide! And that's not going to help his... What was that?! What the fuck was that? We gotta watch this one back. Wow, Britlander collusion. I'm calling it how I see it. Britlander collusion on the track. That was questionable. That was questionable. We'll have to think about that one later. That was pretty questionable, not gonna lie. But we move on. Soul to second, Armada to third. And Detail now in fourth. I think Camby is settled into fifth. Whoa. Armada getting hit with a collision too, and Detail does take that spot. That one hurts Armada enough. Detail's going to take that spot, so Armada, man, not a good line of laps for him. Oh, Luke and Detail now close to the collision. That could get spicy. Luke with 5 to go. And again, lap count got off. I think Luke's lap count's a lap short. You see those guys at 6. Armada and Soul at 16. Should be at 16, so 5 to go for Luke. It's going to be 4 to go this time by. Oh, Solange and Vulcan. Oh, and it's going to get Soul. This might open. Oh, no. Wow, he tanks it. Detail tanks it. I was going to say this might open things up for him, but then there's that collision. But he just absolutely tanked that collision. We may have a battle on for second place. Detail having a pretty insane comeback in this one. And look at this. He's chasing Soul down. Was in last or second last was Slaunch early on, and now potentially going for second. 2 Souls inside, they both bog. Oh, Slaunch is going to clean out Vulcan for him, do him a favor there. The Soul was able to get the line there, Detail was not. 3 laps to go. Luke right there, 3 to go. That's the lead, that's second and third over there. So with some collision cheese, it could still open that up, but that's enough of a gap where I'm going to say that is going to require some collision cheese. They're not going to be able to do it on track. Oh, and Soul takes the sacrifice. Let's take a look at that one again. Oh, one more time for funsies. Oh, and they both tried to avoid it. I don't know if Soul was going for it, because... Oh! And then the extra contact from Vulcan. I'm rewinding. One more time. Yeah, I think Soul just miscalculated it. Or, well, low-key they both did. I think they both could have went opposite ways. Vulcan's midair. He can't dodge that. Oh, my God. And the dismount, too. Jesus, a hefty one for Detail. That just cost... Wow, Slaunch is a wrecking ball right now. Word to Miley. What happened to Soul? Why are we rewinding again? What happened? This is post-collision. What happened here? What? Where even is Soul? There he is. Oh my goodness, Soul makes a mistake. He had the pass on Detail with the collision. He makes a mistake. He dismounts. And Detail gets by, and he's going to take the second place spot back. What an eventful lap for our race. 2 to go now. What an eventful lap. That was absurd. That might have been the most important lap of the race. So much shit just went down. And Luke seems to be clear of collision. Detail now in second, but he's got some people to watch out for. He's got one. It's Camby. Oh, nice dodge on the drift there to get around that one. Oh, and Armada, the payback on Soul, slams him with a heavy dismount and a collision between Matt and Camby. And Soul's getting stuck on it. This is costing him so much time late in the race. And meanwhile, Luke's on white flag right here, last lap around. Or I got confused right there. Last lap around. We'll try to watch that as well as we watch these other drivers too. See if there's any more collisions. Detail and Camby. Luke crosses the line over there. Gets through. Luke crosses the line. Going to line up after that. That's going to be second place for Detail. He completes it. So Luke first, Detail second. Oh my goodness, how is Camby here? Camby, we have Camby on third. I don't know, did Camby pull that off, or is he getting I'm honestly not sure on that one. I have to go back and check that one. But as we call it on track, it's Luke, Detail, Camby, 1, 2, 3, Soul, Armada, 4, 5, and then we got Matt, Koop, Vulcan, and Slaunch for the rest of the lineup. So that's going to be the race on a Chromic. Pretty cheesy one. So again, the podium, Luke, Detail, and Camby to run it down to the second race of the night. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Back with this crazy TRS action on Halo 3. See you for the next race.